The youth forum, we had 40 participants from HKH region. HKH is Sindhu-Himalayan region, and we had from various backgrounds like media, British Council, climate champions, and different sectors like environment, social, and business. And we had the age group limit from 18 to 29, and of course the youth were encouraged to bring posters. And during this session also we tried to give this youths the Earth observation tools like satellite imagery and GIS-RS tools in how they could make effective on analyzing the impacts on land, water, air, which are the climate change attributes, and especially on the air chapter we had more than half a day session where we gave information on air quality, the brown cloud, and also the fixed access hands-on exercise on Giovanni high-speed trajectory, and also showing them how to interpret satellite images, because they were also media people and they were very much into using this satellite image and seeing what haze is, what is fog, and what is dust. And of course that I forgot to mention, like there was a poster award also, and the best poster is the ice cream party, where they were showing like lots of pollutants in the Himalayan region, the CO2, NO2, SO2, all these things, the pollutant deposited in the Himalayan region. So this was the best poster. And in the pre-symposium, the main highlight is inauguration of JAXA wind receiving stations at Ismore. This is to facilitate the quick access of satellite imagery during the major disasters. So this was inaugurated on the pre-symposium. And coming to the main symposium, this has its own significance because of the eminent personalities. We have the GEO's Executive Director, Joshi Ashash, and of course we had Dasho from Bhutan for the Youth Forum, and of course the two environment ministers from Nepal and India, and our chairman inaugurated the session, and Michael Yates, Senior Deputy Assistant Administrator from USAID, and of course Charles Bolden, the NASA Administrator. So we had these eminent personalities during the symposium, which gives us the significance of the whole symposium as well. And in the symposium we had 7 thematic areas. One is on disaster risk management and remote sensing of cryosphere, one on snow, and another one was on glaciers, and special decision support system for ecosystem management, land cover, and STI for climate action. And now I'll highlight on the thematic session 7 on transboundary evolution, monitoring and modeling. In this thematic session we had our ABC Vice Chair, Professor Sun Chang Yoon from the National University as the chair, and the co-chair was Balkrishna Sapkota, and we had Rapporteur Aida, and I was coordinating this session. And I would like to acknowledge the support of UNEP for this session as well. And we had the key presentation from Professor Sun Chang Yoon. We had around 10 papers, and there were 6 male presenters and 4 female. So within the South Asian region, like females are also into this topic, and we had 7 countries and 5 posters. These are the key papers that we had. We had, excluding the key presentation, we had 10 papers. And coming to the summary of all these papers, reflected, because it's also from South Asia, so warming and frequent change in precipitation pattern and quantity are major recent emerging issues in South Asia. I'm not showing the data because there are data also, but I'm just presenting the gist of it. And the other was the visibility of South Asia has been drastically reduced over the years. And of course there's a transport of BC in the southern Himalayan region, and in this pre-monsoon season there are around about 5,000 nanogram per cubic meter of black carbon reported in 5 5,050 meters in EPK to CNR in the Kumbu region in that station. So it's quite a high amount of PC in that pristine environment. And of course that, I think like my South Asian colleagues will believe that winter haze is a recurrent phenomena in the southern stretch of HKH region. And there was also concern like South Asia needs to have a network on atmospheric dust, rain chemistry, GIS-RS and climate change research. Of course like pre-monsoon is always a polluted season for us. So the AOD is reaching up to image 1 at Kathmandu and many other places as well. Then there was, because I mean, the Himalayas, we were concentrating on HKH region, and the accessibility is difficult, so that the satellite-based measurement will be applicable for the place in this region. So that was the summary of these papers. And during that, we had the last day in the Valley Nutrition session. Professor Sunjan was also in the panel discussion, and there he mentioned there's a need for concrete accurate numbers for climate change from Earth observation, as well as sound modeling and creation of inventory, which is very poor and lacking in our region. And of course, to complement with it, we need to have some of the ground-based monitoring stations as well. And after that, there was a presentation from each team, and Maheshwar was presenting on key topics and the issues. So the papers included long-range transport of air pollution, including black carbon transport in Himalaya. There was a mention on acid rain, forest fires, which is the major contributor, and the data visualization, how it helps to disseminate this information, and the air quality indicators. And the key issue was, again, the haze and aerosol problem is dominant in heavily polluted region and a significant issue for human health, agriculture, water cycle, and of course climate change. Because again, like climate change and air pollution is also like co-benefit type of thing. And some of the way forward issues were identified, that this is a heavily polluted region, and this is a significant issue for understanding the regional climate. There needs to be a coordination and construction of ground-based observation networks, and also the Earth observation systems. Generation of data and integrated assessment of impact in the region would assimilate the observation modeling and related data to bridge the data gap in the knowledge, making the knowledge. And of course, there's a lack of capacity building, both institution and human resources. So these were the, and the last day we had the Surveyor Himalaya. This was launched. A Surveyor is to serve, and it's basically a visualization system and integrates satellite and other geospatial data for improved scientific knowledge for decision making especially. And this was introduced as a stakeholders consultation, and in 5 thematic areas it was discussed. And in the air, the gaps was identified as very few institutions are using GIS and RS for air quality. Again, the institution and human resources, and very few ground monitoring stations in South Asia, and even like everybody is doing work in isolation, lack of coordination among the institutions, and if you have also, there's no consistent database, and emission inventory is lacking. Then every information is available in our geoportal and the blog, which I have shown here. And I'm going to summarize, this is my last slide, in one slide, which is the status, initiative and the needs of South Asia. Of course, like everybody could feel like when you travel to South Asia, air quality is deteriorating, and we are not in the same footing, all the South Asian countries. India is a bit way advanced, Sri Lanka, then Pakistan. In order, I've tried to put, but maybe you could give your inputs as well. Bangladesh, Nepal, and Maldives, Bhutan, Afghanistan are in the same footing. So, and about the concern about due to climate change, the political climate getting better towards air quality. People are getting more, talking more on air quality problems. And of course, in the region, because of biomass burning, biofuel burning, and one of the heavily congested areas. And you can see the map, like the red map is the forest fires that occur. So BC is a growing concern. And we have taken the initiatives, which is still not enough. Mali Declaration. We have at least one monitoring station in the South Asia, and ABC. We do have a few stations on Maldives, Nepal, India, but still we need to work on more. And of course, Sky Asia is doing a bit on air pollution. And now I think after the launch of Survey Himalaya, the USAID and NASA guys are really wanting to work on the air part and provide the satellite image and try to relate with the ground monitoring stations. And of course the needs, like as Mahesh has mentioned, science, capacity and policy. Everything needs to be developed. Capacity building in the form of human resource, instrumentation and institutions. And within this region we need a coordination and cooperation. And of course, for sound science, impact assessment on black carbon, crop, health issues. And of course, there should be a national, regional and global linkages where we could have the resources to do all this work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.